It's no secret that Japanese cars have developed a solid reputation for reliability. Ask anyone which brand you should buy if you want a reliable car, there's a good chance they'll say Toyota, Honda, or Lexus. It's no coincidence as these brands consistently rank within the top 5 most reliable vehicles according to ConsumerReports.org. However, this wasn't always the case. We'll not only cover why Japanese cars are so reliable, but how we got here as well. As with much of modern history, we gotta go back to World War II. After World War II, the Japanese auto industry took a severe hit, largely due to a shortage of steel and other materials that they were using to make those giant war machines. So Japan was forced to make do with less and develop processes and procedures that worked with more limited resources. Now you might think this would result in a lesser quality car, but hold that thought. This margin for error actually created an imperative for employees to halt the production process as soon as they spotted a defect. US and European production lines would often keep the line going and fix a defect afterwards. If you can imagine, they didn't always get around to fixing those defects. This general philosophy is what forms the backbone of the Toyota production system, which has this main goal: to produce the highest quality product at the lowest cost in the shortest amount of time. Now let's get to some of the specific reasons why Japanese cars are so reliable today. The first is kind of difficult to objectively measure, but Japanese culture plays a large role in the reliability of Japanese cars. The Japanese people tend to have a larger level of loyalty to their organization and as such are more motivated to put out the best quality product. Now, this loyalty is largely reinforced by the Japanese tradition of what's called lifetime employment, which is the idea that you are guaranteed stable employment up to retirement age in exchange for loyalty to a single company. While this system is eroding in recent years, dismissal laws still make it difficult to fire an employee without an extremely strong cause. Case law even dictates that laying off workers to improve dividends is unreasonable. Now, that one honestly caught me by surprise being an American, and get this, it also says that laying off workers even in an economic recession should be a quote-unquote last resort. You can already see how this differs quite a bit from the auto manufacturer culture in the US and even much of Europe. Another big factor is that Japanese auto manufacturers are slower to adopt new technologies. Although there are exceptions to this, as a general rule, Japanese car manufacturers move less quickly when adopting new, potentially unproven technologies in their vehicles. They don't always come equipped with the newest features. A couple examples that come to mind are how long it took for the Toyota Corolla base models to get push-button start and how long it's taking for Japanese automakers to release commercially available electric cars. A company like Toyota that creates great reliable hybrids should be able to release a viable electric car, but this slow conservative approach is part of what makes them different. The last reason we're going to talk about boils down to the types of cars Japanese auto manufacturers decide to focus on making. Japanese car makers have a tendency to focus on making economical, reliable vehicles over flashy performance models. High performance typically means high maintenance, new technology, and a large number of parts. These things are completely antithetical to the Toyota production system. Other than the occasional sports trims, they don't care about making the most fun or exciting car. People know what they are getting when they're buying a Toyota or Honda, and they're okay with that. It may not be the most fun car to drive, but it's a reliable vehicle that gets the job done. Now, all of this is not to say that Japanese automakers are immune to issues. Some big examples are the Takata airbag scandal, which also affected non-Japanese cars, and the Toyota accelerator scandal. However, as a whole, these brands remain a solid option if you want a reliable and economic vehicle.